Istanbul. So I'm here to talk to you today about how Bitcoin DeFi is coming. So it's a real privilege to be closing out this conference with this talk. And it's a thesis that I've had for about 5 years. And for a long while, no one ever really believed that sort of Bitcoin DeFi was really going to be a thing. But at Trio, we've been working really hard at making this a reality. So what you can see here is effectively Bitcoin is this massive crypto asset, right? It makes up like 65% roughly of all cryptocurrencies by market cap. And yet, at the same time, it really is not touching anything of DeFi. So pretty amazingly, more than 60% of BTC is passively held. This is just money, like more than $1 trillion that people are just not touching. Yet, despite this, Ethereum, which was actually set up by the former editor of Bitcoin magazine, Vitalik Buterin, still massively dominates in terms of TVL. And you have 120 billion total value locked on Ethereum. BTC is almost sort of 5% of that roughly. So like and we at Trio like to think we played quite a major part. You can see that if I'm a trader, I'm very bullish this chart, right? Like it's going up and to the right, but there's barely a month that went by where there was more than 4 million volume. Now we're getting to still silly, tiny on-chain token numbers of like 12 million. Like the Solana and Ethereum people at this conference are still going like 12 million. Is that even a crypto market, let alone on Bitcoin? But we think there's some very good reasons why this will change, right? So I think probably everyone at this conference is a believer of the value of on-chain. I think Bitcoin is still probably the most elegant, the most easily understood blockchain. And it really is, just imagine Bitcoin, which you buy and hold, being able to earn yield, you being able to provide liquidity, you being able to swap assets, you being able to borrow and lend against your BTC. I kind of feel, and we come from a group actually that really helped kick off a lot of on-chain activities. So Trio was set up by the team of Ordinals Bot. So basically we helped kick off Ordinals. And at that time, when our group was being set up, which is now Trio, it was literally all of our peers, virtually any of them, none of them had touched on-chain Bitcoin. And suddenly we had hundreds of thousands of friends who were the real true crypto pioneers going how do we bring the energy that we see all around this conference and elsewhere in the crypto market to Bitcoin in a way that builders can do stuff. And I think it's Bitcoin DeFi that is going to be the big thing. There's obviously some big technical barriers. So there's obviously feature, not a bug, but there are no smart contracts on Bitcoin. We're obviously working on the scaling solutions around that, but that's a big thing. Bridges that then you need to start thinking about how you get to doing these DeFi-like activities. Any bridge is one of the most well-known security risks in crypto. And at the same time, there's it's not a great UX. Actually, when we set up, all of our team was scratching our heads going, well, some of our team, some of them really deep Bitcoiners, but some of us were going how do you use this Sparrow thing? It's horrible, and all of the degens that defended on Bitcoin when our company was first set up were like, oh my God, this is terrible. But within a week or two, you had like great like wallet infrastructure, great tooling like the original Ordinals Bot tool, like a lot of things, and now our Trio marketplace and soon to be DEX coming out. So I think like what's amazing about DeFi coming to Bitcoin is you're effectively having the kind of innovation you saw in other chains, but it's being condensed into months, right? So incredible. But at the same time, you've got this sort of fragmentation of layer twos, cross-chain protocols, the standard mess whenever anyone ever tries to scale old stuff in blockchain. So I think these technical barriers are big. We like to think with TrioDEX, we're building like effectively what will be the future Uniswap of Bitcoin. You'll have trustless, you'll have a trustless DEX with using Bitcoin compatible layer twos to effectively just swap on Bitcoin using different logic layers where you can transact your Bitcoin into different tokens on chain. At the same time, that will allow for like seamless like BTC to token swaps. You'll have liquidity pools, yield farming, decentralized trading, all the crazy stuff that you see on other chains. The great thing about this is there's no need for wrapping or custodians. You can do this in a fully sovereign manner where the Bitcoin never leaves your custody. At the same time, TrioDEX works by effectively like using these layer twos and sidechains. So yes, they will be pegging in and out of multisigs and all these kind of things, but like effectively you'll have the right to always claw that Bitcoin back. At the same time, it's a trustless manner and it's secured by native consensus. I think like the key for this to really work is having like a good automated market making model like Uniswap that people understand, right? Like I think if we get that at scale on Bitcoin, you're going to unlock a tremendous amount of liquidity. And we're designing this with simplicity. We're thinking long and hard about security, doing lots of audits, all those kind of things, and looking at composability. So our edge is like effectively we're going to be very close to Bitcoin. Like we've got a team of very storied Bitcoin engineers, and effectively like I think like ever since even Ordinals came out, a lot of us like I seldom touch an Ethereum wallet, right? Like I think like if we like it's very weird how once the idea of doing stuff natively on chain on Bitcoin, people just sort of dropped things like Ethereum or Solana or whatever it is, right? To spend the time going, look, how do we build Bitcoin into a real sort of area that's actually doing things? It's not just a store of value. And we're obviously going to make that secure and scalable, looking at like harnessing Bitcoin security. We're obviously building a massive ecosystem. We're a major player in like the Bitcoin native ecosystem. I think CoinDesk has called us one of the most influential builder companies on Bitcoin. So we're really going to be plugging in to a universe of Bitcoin builders and protocols. And like any good blockchain, we're going to make sure it's permissionless, and so anyone can provide liquidity that wants to. It's been pretty amazing watching in the last 2 years, like how this Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem has emerged. I mean, we're very close to most of the people who are looking at how you scale Bitcoin, like ICP and Arch are good examples, but we're seeing groups that are very sophisticated from Ethereum, like Starkware, come into it. Our partners at Mara, so we work very closely with the Bitcoin miner Mara. They're building a layer 2 called Anduro. And we heard earlier at this conference from Charlie at BitLayer. So I think there's a lot of people that are sensing the potential for Bitcoin to scale, and things are beginning to move very quickly. And we like to think, like we were the first utility token with Trio on Bitcoin. We like to think we're one of the people who's going to bring a lot of utility, a lot of liquidity to Bitcoin. At the same time, we can act as launch partners for people. We can work on token integrations. We're a full-service infrastructure company. Like the Ordinals Bot team has actually been behind the Audi token, which went to $1 billion market cap. We did the Runestone airdrop, which was the largest airdrop in Bitcoin history, that also went to close to $1 billion. We get really deep into all sorts of different things and are pushing forward how this Bitcoin ecosystem operates. So where are we at with the TrioDEX? We think we should be in testnet in Q3. We'll be on mainnet by Q4. All the things that you will expect, cross-chain bridges, stable coins, BTC lending pools, we think by early 2026 will be playing a major part in helping build these things. So yeah, no, it's been a real privilege to be here in Istanbul. I've loved this city. I've loved the energy of this conference. Feel free to reach out. My email's here. And you can see the details of Trio, both on Twitter or X, and on our website. So it's been a true privilege to come to the conference, and excited to discuss with you over the next few days what we're doing in Bitcoin DeFi.